Most travelers wandering the high streets of Europe see a chocolate shop as a simple pause in their itinerary. They press their faces against the glass, eyes locked on the truffles, deciding between milk or dark hazelnut or cream. They are choosing a sweet treat for the train ride, but they are walking right past a revolution. They taste sugar, but they are biting into centuries of alchemy, blockade runners, and accidental inventions. We often think of chocolate as a single entity, but the bar you hold in your hand is a map of European history. Welcome back to Journeys of Peace. Today, we are tracing that Cholo 8 lineage, from the apothecaries of Brussels who turned medicine into a delicacy, to the mistake in a Swiss factory that changed texture forever, from the scarcity in Italy that created a global obsession to the banks of the Rhine where industry meets art. We are visiting 4 capitals, not just to taste, but to understand how these cities turned a bitter bean into a global language of love. Our journey begins in the heart of Brussels. If you walk through the Galeries Royales Saint-Hubert today, the air still smells of roasted cocoa and ambition. It was here, under this glass roof, that a man named Jean Neuhaus changed everything. In the early days, chocolate was largely a drink, or a brittle, gritty bar. But Neuhaus was a pharmacist. He originally covered medicines in chocolate to make them palatable for his customers. But in 1912, he realized the medicine was unnecessary. The pleasure was a cure. He invented the praline. It sounds simple now, a hard chocolate shell with a soft, liquid filling, but at the time, it was an engineering marvel. It required a new way of thinking about structure and taste. This is different than the sweet pecan treat found in many shops in New Orleans. His wife, Louise Agostini, saw this delicate creation and realized it couldn't be wrapped in a simple paper cone like mere candy. She designed the ballotin, the rectangular box that preserves the chocolate's dignity. When you visit Brussels today, you aren't just eating a sweet. You are witnessing the moment chocolate became a luxury, stepping out of the pharmacy and into the palace. If Brussels gave us the shell, Zurich gave us the melt. We travel south to Switzerland, a country whose reputation for chocolate is so solidified, we often forget how unlikely it was. In the 19th century, chocolate was still somewhat coarse. It had to be chewed. But in 1879, Rodolphe Lindt, the son of a pharmacist, much like Neuhaus, was trying to refine the process in his factory in Bern before the legacy moved to Zurich. The legend goes that Lindt left his mixing machine running over the weekend by mistake. He returned on Monday, expecting a ruined batch of burnt sugar. Instead, he found a substance that smelled different. When he tasted it, it didn't crunch. It melted on the tongue like velvet. He had discovered conching, the process of aerating the chocolate under heat. This accident birthed the smooth fondant style we associate with Swiss chocolate today. Standing in Zurich now, perhaps visiting the Lindt home of chocolate in Kilchberg, you are standing at ground zero of sensory pleasure. It is a reminder that sometimes the greatest advancements come not from rigid planning, but from leaving the machine running and letting time do the work. We cross the Alps now into the elegant piazzas of Turin, Italy. Here, the story of chocolate takes a turn from luxury to survival. In the early 1800s, Napoleon imposed a blockade on British goods. Cocoa supplies in Piedmont dried up. The chocolatiers of Turin were facing ruin. They had very little cocoa, but they had an abundance of something else growing on the Lange Hills, the Tonda Gentile hazelnut. Out of desperation, they began grinding these hazelnuts into a fine paste and mixing it with the little cocoa they had to stretch their supply. They called it Gianduja. What began as a wartime compromise became a culinary masterpiece. The fat from the hazelnuts made the chocolate softer, creamier, and more aromatic than anything that had come before. Today, when you sit in a cafe in Turin and order a Gianduja, you are tasting the resilience of a city that refused to let a blockade stop their craft. They didn't just survive the shortage. They improved upon the original. Our final stop takes us north to Germany, to the city of Cologne. While other cities hide their secrets in small artisan shops, Cologne built a cathedral to them. Sitting on a peninsula in the Rhine River is the Imhoff Chocolate Museum. It is here that the industrial power of chocolate is fully realized. You can walk through a tropical house to see the cocoa trees breathing in the humidity, then step past glass walls to watch the entire production line in motion. But the heart of this place is the fountain, a 3-meter-high golden tree from which 200 kilograms of warm liquid chocolate flows continuously. It is a sensory overload, a place where you can eat and roll your way through history. It represents the democratization of chocolate, no longer just for the aristocracy or the pharmacy, but a flowing river available to anyone who makes the journey. From the invention of the shell in Belgium to the velvet texture of Switzerland. From the hazelnut alchemy of Italy to the flowing fountains of Germany, this isn't just a sugar rush. It is a lesson in history, chemistry, and resilience. If you are ready to step into these shadows and taste this history for yourself, you can find a curated list of chocolate and culinary tours in Europe through the link in the description below. Bon voyage and bon appétit!